Welcome to Hong Kong, or Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China. Directly behind me is Victoria Harbour, and if you can see, just here is the old location of where the Kai Tak Airport used to be, where pilots made dangerous approaches over the city. Today I'll be flying with Singapore Airlines to Singapore and then onwards to Sydney, but that's in part 2. Join me, let's see how they do.
Hong Kong, behind Tokyo, is my favorite city in Asia, providing a wide variety of different cultural experiences depending on each individual traveler's needs. In my case, I went on a foodie tour last night, inspired by Ryan So Fly, tasting the different flavors Hong Kong has to provide, whilst also being hit on by a female performer. Before travelling back to Sydney, I had a few errands I needed to attend to, which is why I ended up starting this video an hour earlier than I was planning to. In my opinion, traversing the southern half of Hong Kong is easiest when using the Central and Western District Promenade, which leads towards the Hong Kong Observatory Wheel. Hong Kong Airport, or Chek Lap Kok, is quite the distance from the city, being roughly 23.5 kilometers from the observatory wheel in a straight line. Getting to the airport is made easy by the usage of Hong Kong's Mass Transit Railway, or MTR, operating roughly every 10 to 20 minutes. The train operates at a speed of over 130 km per hour at some points along the trip and stops at Hong Kong, Kowloon, Tsing, the airport and the Asia World Expo station. Once arriving at the airport, nearly every single passenger disembarked the train, which was rather expected, and it was very chaotic, so be warned if you ever travel on this train. As stated in my introduction, today I will be flying on board Singapore Airlines, firstly to Singapore and then onwards to my home of Sydney in time for work. What was I thinking? Check-in for Singapore Airlines is located at the Foxtrot check-in counters. There are dedicated first, business, premium and economy lanes. After saying goodbye to my bag, I was told to proceed through towards security and immigration. I spent quite a while searching through the airport for immigration, as I hadn't been to the airport in quite a while, including being told off by the airport security for going in the wrong direction. I finally found a security checkpoint off to the left-hand side of the building, which didn't take long, and soon enough I was stamped out of Hong Kong. For the first time in owning my priority pass, I decided not to use it. Rather, I decided to explore the airport. Hong Kong Airport, like most major international airports, has an extensive duty-free shopping precinct with a vast variety of luxury items such as Gucci, Rolex or Versace. I decided to browse for a little while, and I ended up buying some stuff from duty-free. As I reached the gates, I noticed something outside that I couldn't ignore. Hong Kong Airport has a satellite concourse on the northern side of Terminal 1, which can only be accessed by the use of a sky bridge, which is a 28-meter high bridge connecting gates 13 to 22 to the main terminal. It's worth mentioning that avgeeks are not left behind, with a free-to-use sky deck giving a near 300 degrees of view. Which made me super excited, and I think you'll understand why I spent nearly an hour up there. Soon enough, down below arrived my ride down to Singapore, which today is a relatively new Airbus A350-900, registered as 9 Victor Sierra Hotel Golf. She was built in Toulouse, France, being delivered brand new to Singapore Airlines in April 2019, making this aircraft just over 5 years old. As I was starting to feel peckish, I made my way to the food court and got myself a bite to eat. Eventually, the "Make Way to Gate" sign appeared on the departures board, and I proceeded to my gate. As our departure time arrived and left, I knew we were going to be departing late, which started to make me nervous. Eventually, without warning, passengers started lining up, and we commenced boarding 35 minutes after our scheduled departure time from Gate 5. Singapore Airlines' A350-900s have many different configurations, depending on the route. However, this particular aircraft is in the medium-haul 2-class configuration, with 40 lie-flat business class seats in a staggered 1-to-1 layout, and 263 standard economy class seats in a 3-3-3 layout. For this afternoon's flight, I shall be seated right at the back in 65 kilo. The economy class seat has 32 inches of pitch and 18 inches of width. There is a standard tray table that folds down in half and extends, and there is also a cute little mirror which I personally am quite fond of. In the seat pocket you'll find a safety card, Wi-Fi card, magazine, and an air sickness bag. Above the tray table is a pocket for a phone or passport, and there is a cup holder on the right. Above are individual reading lights only. Awaiting at every seat during boarding is a fairly large pillow and a soft blanket wrapped in plastic. Handed out during boarding were small Ziploc bags with headphones inside, as well as a hot towel, which was quite nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Once again, my apologies for the delay of the flight, and thank you very much for your patience. All the doors are closed now, and we're just waiting for air traffic clearance for departure towards Singapore.
Whilst waiting to push, the captain made a secondary announcement, one that made me very worried about my connection in Singapore.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. There's been an update of our departure time. Air Traffic Hong Kong has advised us there's a large weather deviation on our route towards Singapore, and for that reason we've given a departure slot time of 26 minutes past 4 in the afternoon. My apologies for this extended delay. Thank you.
Oh boy, here we go again. Soon we commenced our pushback from Gate 5, 1 hour and 38 minutes behind our scheduled departure time.
Cabin crew, please arm your doors and cross-check.
Welcome aboard Singapore Airlines. There are several emergency exits in this aircraft. Take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit, which may be behind you. Count the rows of seats to the closest. All large electronic devices, such as laptops, must be stowed for taxi, takeoff.
We taxied to runway 25 left via Bravo 9, Bravo 7, Bravo Whiskey Hotel and Juliet 11. Now please enjoy this unedited takeoff. After takeoff, we flew west to clear the mountains before turning left and heading south towards Singapore. Flight time this afternoon is a brisk 3 hours and 3 minutes, covering a distance of 1,646 miles or 2,649 kilometers, cruising at 39,000 feet. Immediately after departure, while still leaving the Pearl River Delta, in the distance was the major city of Macau. Let's take a look at Singapore Airlines' in-flight entertainment, which is displayed on an 11-inch HD touchscreen. The entertainment system features a wide variety of movies, TV shows, games, and music. You can also find duty-free shopping, which I think is pretty cool. On longer flights, a menu cart can be found on the entertainment screen, which is such a unique idea. There is also a fantastic moving map feature, which I took full advantage of, and is honestly one of the best moving map features I've ever come across. There is also Wi-Fi on board, which is free to use for KrisFlyer members, which at the time I was not a member, and there was a fee required in order to use the Wi-Fi. But honestly, I didn't really have the need to stay connected, and it was quite nice to be disconnected. Around 50 minutes after takeoff, we flew directly over the Parcel Islands, which is a small archipelago of islands off the coast of Vietnam, which interestingly is under Chinese influence. Eventually, the crew reached my row and we were served lunch. On this flight, we had two options, the vegetarian pasta or sweet and sour fish. I asked for the pasta, which was risotto and came with carrots, zucchini and tomato-based sauce, as well as a lot of cheese. On the side, we were given a soft bread roll, a cup of water, a turkey and quinoa salad with pumpkin and peas, strawberry ice cream, and a selection of drinks, in my case being lemonade. All of which were very delicious and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Whilst eating lunch, dinner, lana, we flew by Quai Non in central Vietnam, but the majority of the land below was shrouded by the weather en route. On board Singapore Airlines' A350s are 7 bathrooms, 2 for business and 5 for economy, with everything you typically expect to find for a flight of this length. However, this bathroom stands out from other economy bathrooms with this pretty wood finish. Nothing much happened after this, and soon the island of Tioman in Malaysia appeared, signaling we were about to start descending. Soon we commenced our descent into Singapore. With light slowly fading, it was a race against the clock to get on the ground before not only light had faded, but before my next flight, and my only hope of making it to work on time, left for Sydney. Why do I do this to myself?
Cabin crew, secure the cabin for arrival, please. Thank you.
As I won't have enough time to cover all the points and feelings about this flight after landing, I will summarize a few key points about the first leg. Singapore Airlines, so far, has turned out to be excellent in the air, but a complete show on the ground at Hong Kong, with barely any information being given to passengers, besides a few top-notch announcements made by our captain. A lot of us were wondering what was going on, and even the crew on the plane couldn't answer my questions. I later learnt during the flight that the issue back in Hong Kong was due to an engineering issue with the aircraft, which was easily rectified. I'm looking forward to see how well they go on my next flight. However, well, you'll see. Now please enjoy this unedited landing. taxied back to Terminal 2 via Whiskey 6, Whiskey, Papa, Papa 7 to Echo 24. We pulled into gate Echo 24 an hour and 17 minutes behind our scheduled arrival time.
Cabin crew, doors to descend.
With 43 minutes until my next flight's pushback, the clock officially started and the race was on. My sole focus after stepping off the aircraft was to make my connection. Due to this flight's late arrival, I was not the only passenger who fell victim to this delay. 2 Indian nationals who were going home to Bengaluru, to my knowledge, were left stranded for the next 24 hours as their connecting flight to India was pushed back as we were arriving. As this is not the end of my journey, this video continues in part 2. Please join me next week. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to check out the other videos I have on my YouTube channel, and also I now have a Discord server. Feel free to join, link at the top of the description. And don't forget to ring that notification bell if you enjoy my content. And if you want to see more, I post my videos every Friday at 8 PM Sydney time. And I hope to see you again in the next one. See you later!